So looking at our notes for today, we are multiplying mixed numbers. This is number 3 if you are keeping track. This is number 3 if you're keeping track. Alright, so yesterday we talked about whole numbers, right? If I have, like, for example, if I have the whole number 8, and I need to multiply it by a fraction, what would I do to the whole number 8 to make it be able to multiply with a fraction? Okay?
Make it a fraction.
I'd make it a fraction by doing what, Addison? Putting it over 1. What type of fraction is that called? Improper. So this is called an improper fraction. Do y'all agree? Yeah. Improper. All right, and the reason I needed to do this is because when I multiply the top times the top, the top times the top, and the bottom times the bottom, because we go straight across. All right, so when I multiply, I go straight across, so I needed a top and a bottom. Y'all good with that? All right, today we're going to talk about mixed numbers. Now, the problem with a mixed number is, does it just have a top and a bottom? No, it also has a number in the front. Now, guys, we've actually already done this. If I have a whole number that I don't want, I put it over 1 yesterday by making it improper. So today, if I have a mixed number, our step 1 is still going to be the same thing. We want to make any mixed number improper. All right. Now, yesterday we just said we were putting it over 1. Is that the same thing as making it improper? Yeah. It's just super, super easy when it's a whole number. Today we're going to talk about, go through a reminder on how to make a mixed number improper. All right, after I make it improper, then I can simplify, just like I was doing yesterday. Now when I simplify, they do have to be on the opposite. So that's where you would be looking at top and bottom. And then after I simplify, then I can multiply. And when I multiply, I have to go straight across. So those are our steps. If you have anything funky, like a whole number or a mixed number, we've got to make it improper. Then I can simplify just like we did yesterday, and then we can multiply. All right, everybody look at an example? Right. So we're going to look at number 1. On number 1, does anyone remember what is the process to make 2 and 4 6 improper? Because I don't just have a top and bottom, I have this 2 that's going to be funky. So how do I make 2 and 4 6 improper? Does anyone remember that process? Okay?
Don't you multiply the 2 by the bottom number and then add the top number?
Perfect. And I've heard a lot of people call this the backward C. So I take my 6 and I'm multiplying it times 2, which gives me 12. And then I'm going to take that number and I'm going to add the 4 to it. So 12 plus 4 is 16. And that's my new top number. Because see, when I do my backward C, I end up on the top. And what goes on the bottom still? 6. So I got 16 over 6. Are there questions on where I got 16 over 6 from? Okay. So we're going to do the same thing to 3 and 3/10. I'm going to do my backward C. 10 times 3 is 30. And then we're going to add the 3 on top. And that gives me 33. 10 times 3, 30. Plus 3 is 33. Over, what goes on the bottom? 10 still. Okay. Now I'm just working it like yesterday. Okay, are there any questions on where I got those 2 fractions from so far? All right. So now we need to simplify. Step 2 says to simplify. Is there anything on this problem that'll simplify? Charlie? The 6 and the 10, are they opposites? No, they're both on the bottom. So remember, to simplify to divide, which is the opposite of multiplying, they have to be opposite. So the opposite of top is bottom. The opposite of the bottom is the top. So right now, these are not opposites, okay? Does that make sense? All right. So Enrique, what can I simplify? So something will simplify here. What can I do?
16 and 10.
I can do 16 and 10 because now I have top and bottom. All right. What can I divide those by, Enrique?
2.
All right, so I'm going to divide both of those by 2 because they're opposites. So I can do the opposite of multiplying, which is dividing. All right. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. So I'm going to mark that out, make it an 8. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay. What else can I simplify, Peyton?
6 and 33.
6 and 33. What can I divide those by?
3.
3. right? 6 divided by 3 is 2. And 33 divided by 3 is 11. Okay? What else can I simplify? What else can I simplify? Tate? 2 and 8. Are they opposites?
Yes.
Yeah, one's on the top, one's on the bottom. So I can simplify those. In fact, guys, that's just a regular fraction that we can simplify. All right? Because they're opposites, we can do that. So I'm going to divide them by what, Tate?
2.
Dividing them by 2. All right? 2 divided by 2 is? 1. And 8 divided by 2 is? 4. Okay? All right? What else can I simplify? Okay? Nothing. That is it. So on the top, I'm left with 4 times 11, which gives me 44. On the bottom, 1 times 5. 5. All right. Is that a good way to leave my answer? No. All right. It is simplified, but we do have to change it. So we're going to divide this. If you want to do the division, you can. 5 will go into 44. How many times? 8. 8 times 5 is 40. How much is left over? 4. So what am I going to do with that leftover piece? Make it a fraction by putting it over 5. So 4 on top, 5 on the bottom still. Okay. Questions about number 1? All right. Number 2. 4 over 7. Do I need to do anything to that? No. So I'm going to leave 4 over 7 just like that. Times 5 and 1/8. Do I need to fix that? Yeah. So we're going to do our backwards C. We're going to take our 8 times 5, which gives me 40. And then we're going to add the 1, which gives me 41 over 8. Okay. Now I have tops and bottoms. Is there anything that can simplify on the top and the bottom, Vanessa? 4 and 8. What can I divide those by? 4. We can divide them by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay. Turner?
So after you multiply and add,
This part?
yeah, do you just put the denominator or like the bottom number
Yeah, your bottom number is not going to change. Is that what you're asking? Okay. What else will simplify on this problem on number 2? Nothing. That's it. So on the top it says 1 times 41, which is? And on the bottom I have 7 times 2, which is?
41.
So again, to make that, it is simplified. I can't do that anymore, so I can divide that. So 14 is down on the bottom. That goes at the door. 40 in the house. How many times can 14 go into 40? Peyton? 2 times? 41. Thank you. All right. 2 times 14 is? 28. When I subtract 1 minus 8, can I do that? So I'm going to borrow. 4 becomes 3. So now it's 11 minus 8. 11 minus 8 is 3. And 3 minus 2 is? So I get 2 and 13 over 14. All right. Guys, please remember, if you can't change it to a mixed number in your head, there is nothing wrong with doing a little bit of division, especially if that means subtracting correctly to get the right answer. I think we will all agree that it's worth like 1 extra minute to do some work versus getting the wrong answer. All right? Charlie, can you put that away, please? All right, number 3. What is my problem going to change to on number 3? Kai, give me my first fraction.
36 over 5.
36 over 5. We did 5 times 7 is 35, plus 1 is 36 over 5. Times, doing the same thing to the next fraction. What do I get for the next one? Enrique?
65 over 6.
65 over 6. Perfect. All right, what will simplify? Nathan? 6 and 36. What could I divide those by? 6. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. And 36 divided by 6 is 6. Okay, what else can simplify here? Marlene? All right, so we're going to divide those by 5. 5 divided by 5 is 1. And 65 divided by 5 is 13. So now on the top it says 6 times 13. If I need to go over to the side and do 6 times 13, I can. 6 times 3 is 18. Carry the 1. 6 times 1. 6 plus the 1. So I get 78 over 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Can I leave my answer like that? No. Peyton, how would I write that?
78.
Just 78. Okay? Questions about number 3? All right, number 4. For number 4, what is my first fraction going to say? Lauren? 3 over 2. Times, on my second fraction, what is it going to say? Kathia? 13 over 6, because 6 times 2 is 12, plus the 1, 13. Times, and then my last one, what is it going to say? Jackie? 6 over 5, so 5, 6 over 5. All right. We have a couple of things going on. I want you to think back to when we were talking about the matching game earlier. How many cards do you get to flip in a turn? 2. It's the same thing here. I can only do 2 numbers at a time. So, for example, this 6. Can it simplify with more than one number? Yeah. Technically, it could go with 3, or it could go with 6. But in the matching game, how many do I get to pick? 2. So I can pick 6, and then I can pick one other match. All right? I could pick 2, and I can pick one other match. All right? So what match do we want to pick out here? Charlie? 6 and? All right? So I can do 6 and 6. So what am I dividing those by? 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1. And 6 divided by 6 is 1. Could I have done the 6 way over here and the 2 way over here?
Yes.
Yes. Are they opposites? One's on the top, one's on the bottom. So I could have done that. Okay. Now that this is a 1, can I use the 2? No. Once it's changed, it is changed for good. We can't go back and use it. All right. So with that being said, is there anything else here that will simplify? Nope. All right. So on the top, 3 times 13. 39. And 2 times 5? 10. Okay, so we're doing that division again. You probably don't have to write this down for this problem, but I'm going to just for a reminder where the mixed number comes from. How many times will 10 go into 39? 3 times. 3 times 10 is? 30. How many are left over? 9. Over 10. Okay, so was multiplying 3 numbers really any different? No, it's just more numbers to simplify and more numbers to multiply at the end. Okay? Are there any questions on the homework, on the notes? All right. I'm going to pass out your homework for you to get to work on.